Okay, so forgot where I left off, but 6'2", being a 6'2" manifesting generator, 28 years old, still in the first cycle of my life experience, and I'm sharing my experience with you guys so that you can have a deep understanding of my personal experience as a 6'2". But I think that in me sharing my experience, you know, if you're watching this as a 6'2", or just a person who wants to, a human design fanatic who just wants to like gather experiences from people who are sharing their human design, I think this information is very valuable because, I know how things work in the sense of, in me sharing, there's going to be certain downloads that you receive within yourself, things that I might not even say, but things that come up within, your spirit and your energy. And so as a 6'2", 28 years old, I'm going through my Saturn return currently, and I'm also pregnant. I'm pregnant during my Saturn return, y'all. And 6'2", I wanna say, just another part of my experience is, I was talking about how I was living in the Andes Mountains, and just as a 6'2", because of my deep introspection, I've always had these very, very profound thoughts and knowings that have come up. And I've always just been so in awe as to how do I know these things. And I talk about them. I talk about what I know. And then I see it come to pass. And it's just so trippy to me being in this world with such wisdom. It's like you have a well of wisdom, and to know that I've experienced this energy since birth, and just in my personality and what I'm able to manifest, and the energies and the people that naturally gravitate towards me, is very interesting being a 6'2". And I've always known that my life path would be different from other people. To me, it would just amaze me because it just seemed like everyone had their life together. And I'm like, how do people have their life together? And we're only 22, 23, 24, even 28. You just have it all together, and I'm just still trying to figure it out. And as a 6'2", it's like we're literally learning so much. It's like you gather so much, like what the wisdom and experience, and then it's like you're processing that stuff. You're processing it, you're becoming it, so that when you're in that second phase, 30 to 50, you're healing from a lot of those experiences that you have. Come on now, having to go from relationship to relationship because your inner authority is telling you, this ain't it. You might be so passionate about something one minute, and then your inner authority is like, no, focus on this. And that can be very hard. Not only that, I found that for me as a 6'2", a lot of people project onto you. And I think this goes more into that 2 line, that hermit line, because my mom is a 4'2". And so I believe that she's either a 2-4 or 4'2", but she also experienced the energy of people constantly projecting energy onto her. As she always tells me, there are so many versions of you walking around. There's who you think that you are, who other people think that you are, and then there's who you really are. And so it's just so interesting to me being a 6'2", and having experiences where people are literally projecting all type of things, their fantasies, their shortcomings, their like just whatever it is, and none of these things are who I am. And so this also has led me to deep introspection, because then I question, who am I? Because this person over here is saying that I'm this, and because I'm this, then it means this, but I don't really resonate with that. And so, but what do I resonate with? So just imagine all of these deep questions that go on inside my head, just asking myself, who am I? Why am I here? What is happening? What does this mean? That is the life of a 6'2". That is life of 6-2. And then add manifesting generator on that, and you're speaking about these things. Oh my gosh, now you're weird. Now what has gotten into you? You know, what has gotten into you? And you kind of become sort of an outlier. You don't really necessarily fit into the crowd because you're always shifting and molding, especially in the first 30 years. It's like I just feel like I've morphed so much, and I don't even know what I'll become. I don't even know what I'll speak about. I don't even know what the next thing is. I do know that I have become a lot more confident in that. I know that everything is working out for me. I know that whatever comes from me is going to be something beautiful and something brilliant and just something that is needed for the collective energy. I know that I am an artist. You know, I'm creating art in the way that I live, in the way that I speak, in the way that I move. And that is something that gives me hope for the future. And I feel that people see that within me. And, you know, it can cause the intimidation or it can cause inspiration. I just know that, again, there's this projection energy onto me. You know, it's like when people see you as an authority, when people put you on a pedestal and they see you as this beacon of light or beacon of hope, the moment that you show your humanity, it's like, it can be very hard. So I can imagine, you know, there's been times in my life where, you know, I have gotten a glimpse of what that on the roof would be like. That 30 to 50 year period, you know, when I'm 30 to 50 years old, I know that that experience will be a lot of healing and deep introspection and just integration of everything that I've learned. And I definitely feel like I'm coming into that, and but I've gotten little glimpses of that, and it's been a challenge to have to be in this space of deep knowing, and knowing that at the end of the day you still have to be a part of society, and at the end of the day people are going to see you how they see you. And yes, you may know certain things, but you still have to live in this present moment, and you have to do what you can. You have to do the best that you can where you're at and where others are at. And so I like it because I feel like 6-2s are sort of like a bridge for people. And it's like we go through so much experience, we go through it rapidly, and then literally the whole collective goes through it. And because you were able to go through it, now you're a bridge for other people to help them get through what it is that they've gone through. For me, that was, for instance, veganism. I remember going vegan, and everyone would just talk about me, like literally coming from a black family and going vegan. It's just like, what do you mean you don't like chicken? What do you mean you don't like meat? And girl, you better eat, and then you getting skinny. You know, girl, you looking sick. You know, there's just so many just different projections because people just lack the understanding and the experience. And fast forward, veganism has become a fad. It is in now. And so because I've gone through that, I'm able to coach people through that. You know, even when it comes to traveling. Oh my gosh, like a woman, a black woman traveling. And I know everyone's experience is going to be different. From every 6-2's experience is going to be different, but I'm sure you can find some similarities in what I'm saying. But like just traveling, like just hearing the voices, oh my gosh, you are crazy. Why are you going over there? You're going to get killed. You're going to get murdered. There's guns. Like you don't understand. You don't know these people. Something's going to happen. But you know in your heart as a 6-2 that you're guided and protected, and that there's something within you that is burning, itching to experience something greater, because you know that something greater exists. And you got to go seek it. You got to go find it. You got to go understand it. You got to go and do your research. That is 6-2. And for me, the manifesting generator just gave me the energy to back it up, you know, to like execute, to speak what it was. It gave me that confidence. It gives me the confidence to speak about it, and then the generator just, it backs it up. So now being 28, going through my solar return, also being pregnant, I just feel like it's all the timelines of when everything happens. It's just super convenient, and it's super ironic to me that I, one, would be pregnant during my solar return, and then two, that, you know, next year I will be 29 in 2025. And then I'll be approaching this 30 when I'm going on the roof. But as a 6'2", I can feel the energy. I can, like, that's the thing. It's like before it happens, I can feel it. Because I feel it, it makes me think about what I'm feeling. And then once I start thinking about it, then I'm researching, and then I'm speaking about it, and then it's happening. And it's so funny because for the last, it's like in my 20s, life just became very uncertain. Once I graduated from college, it was like exploration mode, you know. I didn't have any institution holding me. At this point, I'm a grown woman. I can travel. I can do whatever. So it's been very unstable for me. And from the outside looking in, it can look very chaotic, crazy. What is this girl doing? But for me, it was a very unstable time of my life. But I got a wealth of experience, a wealth of information. I've literally gone to so many extremes, gone to different spectrums of life. I've explored so much. It's like I went to one end of the world, then the other end of the world, and then I went up, and then I went down. And now I'm just like here. And I'm still coming out of like that instability in a sense. But within my spirit, I can feel like this stabilizing energy. And that makes me feel very good. That makes me feel very good because I feel like the past few years, like just going through all of this experience, it has left different stains on me that I know that just with stillness would bring that healing. And, you know, also I'll be able to integrate a lot of what I know, and that brings me the most joy because through it all, like again, going from being up to being down and all around, and you know, it's just like, oh my gosh, what's happening. And also to the projections that you get from society as a 6'2", you know, them seeing you as this role model, and then, you know, putting you on this pedestal and then knocking you off the pedestal, that can be very hard because in a sense, I know for me, it's like I kind of feel like people look at me as a failure. How'd you go to college and you got this degree and you're not using it? But to me, everything that I've done has been research, and everything that I've experienced has been, I knew that it was for something greater, and I knew that my path was supposed to look different. And so even though these things will come up, you know, people sharing their opinions, I knew deep down that I was built for this. And I knew that I was meant to go through all of these different things. I didn't know what it was going to look like, but I knew that something was going to happen. That's 6'2". And so I'm so grateful to finally becoming like home to myself, you know, and feeling this stabilized energy within myself to where I can just sit in one place and I can just integrate all of these experiences and just think about it and reflect. And I know that this is a part of my becoming process. And yeah, like this is the life of a 6'2" manifesting generator, y'all. I got 2 more years to go. but I'm already feeling the energy of coming into this second cycle, and I I'm so grateful for it. I would not have changed anything that I've gone through. And if you're watching this, still watching this, if you're still here and you're a 6'2", like, enjoy your life. Embrace the uncertainty. Don't allow people to project their views onto you. Because at the end of the day, if you are a 6'2", you are like literally like you're like the golden child. You were literally born with the wealth of wisdom. You probably have realized it from a very young age that you were very different. And maybe other people have realized that too. And so they didn't have to treat you like all the other children, because somehow you knew. And somehow you questioned things. And somehow you explored. And somehow you figured it out. It just looks different. So continue to embrace your uniqueness. Continue to embrace that instability that you may be experiencing, especially if you're in your 20s. Just know that this is all about experimentation. Don't take it too serious. Like, definitely be serious. Don't do anything that would harm you. But allow yourself to explore the physical world, the spiritual world, all of the worlds that exist. Allow yourself to explore, because you're getting so much information right now. So embrace it. You're not meant to be in one spot. And if you genuinely feel like that you are, embrace that too. And just embrace who you are. Embrace your experiences. Embrace the time that you're in, because all of these experiences will translate into a wisdom that you will then be able to share with the collective. And I think that's beautiful. I think that that's big. I think that that is meaningful. And I know that you feel and think the same way. And so thank you so much for listening to this dialogue as I share my experiences. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments below. And yeah, like 6'2" manifesting generator. This has been my experience. It's been great. Wouldn't trade it for the world. You know, and I have an idea. I have a knowing of who I am. And I just know that this will be, I'm getting to a space to where I want to share that more with the world. But I know that it's going to take some time for me to continue to take all of these experiences and really integrate that. And so I'm not in a rush. I just know that everything is being built. Everything, like a space has been made for me. And so I'm just allowing myself to easily go through these experiences, because I know they're molding and shaping me. And then by the time I get to that third phase where life is literally calling me out, I know I'll be ready. And so, yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this. And I hope that it gives you some inspiration and just some insight on 6'2" manifesting generator, 28 guys, y'all. And yeah, I'm still here. Life gets better for us. If you are going through it, I think because of all the uncertainty that we go through, it's kind of hard for us. Like, we don't know if we can make it in life, you know? And then we feel things so deeply, so it's like, but I genuinely feel in this space where I'm at right now, being 28, I can feel my life. Like, I can feel how good it's gonna feel being on that roof. I can feel it. And so this might be inappropriate for me to say, but I'm thugging it out. I'm thugging it out because I just have to. if I know in my heart that there is something better, then I have to just stay the course. And I have to let all of these things outside of me pass. This too shall pass. And yeah, it feels good what's coming, what's happening. And so I'm going to continue to speak that into existence. And then when it comes, I will be responding all day and night to it. So thank you guys once again for watching this video. Peace.